And then one time a lady said, you were with the Christ. And so through this, I congratulate Peter. And because of his walk and his demeanor, other people were able to identify that he walked with Christ. And if indeed you are a child of God, people should look at you and say that you are a child of God. And so when Peter heard this, he was panicking. And without thinking about anything else, he denied Christ, saying, I do not know him. Peter was there to say, oh Lord, you should not be crucified. And he was there to cut off the ear of the soldier that came to arrest him. And he was there saying, Lord, I am not worthy that you should wash my feet. But when the problems came, when Jesus was captured, when there was no one to help, Peter does not have the courage to say that I do know Christ. And so he loses his courage. His heart was troubled. And so, dear child of God, if you are able to say through your suffering and through your pain that you are still with God, God will eventually honor you. And so at the time of the crucifixion, all the disciples were scattered. And so Jesus, knowing that this would happen, said to them, let not your heart be troubled. In John chapter 14 verse 1 we read that. And so they came to a situation where they were scattered and they were hiding. And so they might have thought to themselves, we should have never followed Christ. And they may have thought that we should not have left all our family and all our friends to follow Christ. And so they became fearful and they lost their hope. And so Christ at this time did not think that it was worthless to pick these people up and have them follow him. But rather we see the love of Christ that comes to them in their time of trouble and reaches out to them. When you look through the Word of God, we can see that when troubles arose, that many people that were confident lost their confidence in God. When you look at Elijah, he was a very courageful man. And so he came up to King Ahab and he was very bold before him. And so when he said that it shall not rain, it didn't. And he's also the man that saw the house of Zarephath and the widow there and saw God work there. And And at the brook, the ravens brought him food.
ദൈവത്തിന്റെ തന്റെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ കണ്ട് മനസ്സിലാക്കിയിട്ടും നിമിഷ നേരം കൊണ്ട് ഏലിയാവ് ഭീരുവായി പോയി.
And although he had seen many instances of where God worked in his life, in an instant he became fearful.
ഒരിടത്തെ വരവ് നിലച്ചപ്പോൾ,
and when the way stopped in one place, the brook dried up and the ravens stopped coming. And so he went to Zarephath. And he did not go without a valid reason. And so God commanded him to go there. And so he went there. And so he asked the widow there to bring him some water.
അതുകൊണ്ട് ഏലിയാവ് പറഞ്ഞു, സഹോദരി എനിക്ക് ഇച്ചിരി കുടിക്കാൻ തരണം, ഒത്തിരി ഒന്നും ചോദിച്ചില്ല, അത്യാഗ്രഹമോ ദൈവദാസം കാണിക്കില്ല.
And so Elijah asked for a little water to drink. And so the widow at Zarephath, although she had only little, she brought him water. And she was a good lady. But when she went to get the water, something in the heart of Elijah changed. And maybe he was testing the heart of the widow. Maybe he went there asking for water to see if he could get some more. And so Elijah said, with that water, bring me some food. And so the widow said that I have nothing to give you. I only have a little dough. I'm planning on making bread with that and eating it, me and my son. And some, like Elijah would say, I don't care whether you or your son eat, but bring me food.
അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ അവൾ തിരിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ ഏലിയാവിനൊരു ധൈര്യമുണ്ട്. നീ ആത്മഹത്യ ചെയ്യുവാനല്ല, നിന്റെ കുടുംബത്തെ ഈ ക്ഷാമകാലത്ത് പോഷിപ്പിക്കുവാൻ എന്റെ ദൈവം എന്നെ ഇവിടെ അയച്ചതാണ്. നിനക്ക് നിത്യമായി സമൃദ്ധിയായി ജീവിപ്പാൻ, നിന്റെ കലത്തിലെ മാവും നിന്റെ ദുരിതത്തിലെ എണ്ണയും കൊലയാതിരിപ്പാൻ നീ ദൈവത്തിന് വേണ്ടി ആദ്യം സമർപ്പിക്കുക.
But Elijah understood that it was not that her and her son should die, but rather be blessed by God. And so when she gave in her nothingness, we see that God blessed her. And so in a time where there's a great famine and no food for even the animals, we see that there is a blessing. And Elijah, who revealed true worship and revealed the true God, we see that there's a challenge set out against his life. And so we know the story, so I'm not going to go into great detail. And the lady Jezebel says that you who have killed the prophets of Baal, Elijah, I will destroy you.
നിനക്ക് ദൈവത്തിന് ദാസനമേലെന്തുമാകുമെന്ന് പറയാം. പക്ഷേ നീ ഒരു കാര്യം മനസ്സിലാക്കണം, ദൈവം അനുവദിക്കാതെ നീ അവനെ തൊടുകയില്ല.
And so Jezebel did not